Hello there. Happy birthday to me. So I've done this in the past for my birthday where I do the top 10, or not top 10, my favorite blank movie from each year. I did like 3 years ago now. I did favorite movie and favorite horror movie. I should have split those between the years, but I don't know. And then the last 2 years I didn't do anything. So I'm doing something this year. I did reviews, but seeing as I don't have an actual review, this is going to be my birthday video. So this is my favorite animated movie from each year I've been alive except for 2023 because nothing's really come out yet. So start out in 1987, the year of my birth. And there were, okay, so before I continue, where I start, I guess I should say, um, there are years where I had a hard time deciding between two movies. So I will present an honorable mention and then give you my actual one. So the honorable mention for 1987, I have an honorable mention, is The Chipmunk Adventure, which is a fun film with the chipmunks, great music, great animation, and it's a pretty fun time. However, my pick for my favorite animated film in 1987 is Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night. I just think that, I know it's filmation animation and that stuff can be a little bit stilted, a little bit, but I think it's great animation here, and I think the voice work is great, and it's basically kind of retelling the whole thing that Pinocchio is still, he's a kid, so he at heart, even whether he's a puppet or not, he's a kid, and he still has stuff to learn. So, and I think it works. Scott Grimes does the voice, and I think this is a great Pinocchio. I like it probably better than the original Pinocchio, which is weird to say, but I do. 1988 has no honorable mention. It's just The Land Before Time, a classic film by Don Bluth. His first, I believe, but it is great. The animation, and like I said, when I first got this Blu-ray, I watched it not realizing it was only an hour and 9 minutes. It's a short movie, but I think that's all you need. And the animation is great. It's Don Bluth after all, and I love it. Down there, number 89. Oh no, number 89. 1989. Honorable mention: The Little Mermaid. I have to at least bring this up. This is a big part of my childhood, and the start of the Disney Renaissance. But my pick is All Dogs Go to Heaven, the first one, not the second one. Maybe when I do the sequel-a-thon, I'll talk about that. But again, Don Bluth animation, fantastic. The voice work with Burt Reynolds, and even some of the animation in the songs, and Big Lip Alligator moment. Just everything together is great. And I know there's a tragedy with Judith Barcy. May she rest in peace. But I enjoy this film. It is fantastic. 1990 is another one. No, I don't have one. 1990 is plain and simply The Rescuers Down Under. One of my favorite Disney animated films. And I just, yeah, I love it. I love it. I don't care for the first one. And when I was a kid, I didn't realize that this was the second one. So I even asked my grandma one time, like, how come this one is Rescue Down Under, but the first one is called Rescue Down Under, but the second one was The Rescuers. I didn't realize The Rescuers was the first one. This was the second one. So, I don't know. But it's fun. It's not a musical in any way, but it's fun. The animation is great. I think it's an underrated Disney film too, Disney animated film too, because a lot of people talk about this, but it needs to be talked about. It's great. 1991, honorable mention: American Tail 5 Goes West, which is in the universe of Don Bluth movies, but it's not directed by Don Bluth. But it is my favorite of there's 4 of these things, but I haven't seen the other 2. But it is great, fantastic. Watched it all the time growing up. But my number 1, something I don't own but want to, it's Rock-a-Doodle. Don Bluth again. That's 3 Don Bluths so far. But I love this movie, man. It's one of my favorite animated films. It might even be my favorite animated film ever. I don't know, top of my head, but I love it. The music, the animation, even the story. Disney wanted to make this movie, Chanticleer, but when Don Bluth left Disney, he took this with him, and so we got it through MGM and stuff, and I couldn't imagine any other way. And it's another one that I think is not talked about a lot. It's underrated as hell. 1992 was something I knew what I was going to put for it, but I didn't realize another movie came out. My honorable mention is Ferngully: The Last Rainforest. I still haven't watched it on this Blu-ray, see what the transfer is, but I love this movie. It's fantastic. This would have been on the list. I didn't know it came out also in 1992, or it would be on this list. But it's great. It's got great music, great animation, just, great. Even a dark tone that works well. There's a lot of dark movies, anime movies that came out in the late 80s, early 90s that are really good. Like Secret of NIMH, which I've never seen, has a lot of dark stuff. And a lot of Don Bluth stuff was dark. Oh, let's go to heaven, This had some dark stuff in it. But of course, my pick for 1992 is Aladdin, my favorite Disney animated film. And it still stands the test of time today. I love it. The remake was okay. Robin Williams is untouchable as the genie, and I love it. 1993, I have another honorable mention. Hold on a minute. We're back, Dinosaur Story. Not Don Bluth, even though it's Simon Welsh, who also directed Philo Goes West. But this movie is good, man. It's got some of that dark tone that you think a Don Bluth movie would have, but it's great. But my pick for 1993 is Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Movie I rented on VHS a couple times, watched it on DVD. I have the Blu-ray and the Batman animated series box set. But this is fantastic. It's a fantastic animated film. The art style in this, the score by Shirley Walker is just fantastic. And it's one of my favorite Batman movies. Like, if I was ranking Batman movies with animated ones, this would be in the top 5 at least. If not number 2. Sorry, my nose itches right now. 1994. I swear, we're going to... At some point, I stop having honorable mentions for stuff because there's not a lot. But 1994, has an honorable mention of The Page Master, which I know shouldn't count as an animated film, but it is part animated film. Macaulay Culkin going to the animated world. I played the video game growing up. I love this movie. But my pick for 1994 is, of course, The Lion King, and what else to say? This was fantastic. Fantastic animation, songs, voice acting, just all around fantastic. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta fix this. 1995. This is gonna be an iffy one. So 1995, I know what most people would pick. My honorable mention is Toy Story. I know. People would pick this, And it's great. It's a great movie. I love this movie. But my pick for 1995 is a Goofy movie. I'm sorry, but I like this better than that. I don't think it's a better movie per se, but I like it better than that. And it's fantastic. Reviewing it this past year for Disney December, it was fantastic. And so, yeah. 1996, I don't have an honorable mention. It is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's not even a contest. This is one of the darkest Disney movies you'll ever see, but it's fantastic. And I have a giant Quasimodo thing somewhere to prove it. I was going to bring it out. Didn't have time, but there it is. If you're wondering what the Disney stuff, the Nickelodeon stuff is, I'm still recording this in the middle of the month. I just want to get it done. You can tell I just did a spectacular review because there it is. Next is 1997. Back to Disney again. It is Hercules. There was nothing in that year that I wanted to talk about other than this. So there it is. Again, music, animation. The story is great. Of Hercules, he sacrifices himself towards the end, basically. So he gives up being a god for love. So 1999, we find, or 1998. 98. Honorable mention, Rugrats, the movie, or the Rugrats movie. If you want to know my opinions on that, watch the review. It should be up by now. But my pick is Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. It made Scooby-Doo scary. This had a tagline, this time the monsters are real. And it is great. The music in this, It's terror time again. You got me running through the night. Yeah, and then, yes, this story is similar to the live action movie that would come out later, where they break up and get back together, and they go to an island and they willfully get back together in this one without being reluctant. But 2000, we have 1999. I'm so stupid. 1999 is The Iron Giant, a great animated film with Steven Spielberg, Brad Bird. Steve Spielberg, or it's Brad Bird. Steve Spielberg, this is Amblin, right? I think. But Brad Bird, who also directed The Incredibles, which we may talk about later, but a great film. Sad ending. But my pick is Toy Story 2. See, I have a Toy Story movie in there, and I like this one. I don't think it's better than the first one, but I really like this one. It's a fun story. Al, Newman from Seinfeld. Where are we? Now we're 2000, and the runner-up is Chicken Run. Fun little film that I want to talk about in a DreamWorks-a-thon at some point, because I have a bunch of these to do. But, fun little film from the makers of Wallace and Gromit. But my pick is El Dorado, the Magnificent El Dorado. You gave me... Hold on. Gave me loaded dice? You fight like my sister. I met your sister. It's a compliment. But anyway, what I get? 9. It's a fun movie. Music by Elton John. You can almost think that this is a Disney movie with the music and the animation and stuff, but it's not. It's DreamWorks, and it's great. 2001 is a year I did not have to second guess. It's the only one, and it is a Shrek. Get away from me, donkey. Fantastic film. I wish they were able to somehow give us the entire version of the Chris Farley version, because they said that 90-something% of his work was done, which I don't understand why they didn't just put it in the movie. But Mike Myers is a close second. He's great. And Murphy's great as the donkey. I like Lord Farquaad. No, he's great as a short villain. But yeah. Okay. 2002 was another one that I was very close on. The honorable mention is Treasure Planet. I almost picked it, but I had to go with Lilo and Stitch. I think it is the better of the two, subjectively. How much I love Treasure Planet. I think it's an underrated Disney film, but this is great, man. No, like a principal. Principal. It's fun. It's a fun film. It's great. Not a lot of explanation for these. I just like them. So now we're on 2003. 3. I just did 2. 2003, Finding Nemo, another Disney film, Pixar film. One of my favorite Pixar movies, actually, which we have to review these one of these days, but it is great. It is great. He's like, whoa, and he was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. It's great. I thought to say it's great. 2004, still nothing on the honorable mentions. We have The Incredibles, which I haven't seen in a long time. I remember this being a great film, good animation. They finally made a sequel to it after a while. Next, 2005. And this was one I didn't have much to choose from, so I just picked Chicken Little. It's an okay film, but it's the only one on there that I'd seen. So that's why it's on this list. So no honorable mentions there. 2006, it's Monster House. A dog it down. Monster House. Great film. Gonna have to review it for Halloween this year. But it's a spooky horror film for kids. And it's very good. 2007. Again, we're very close on these. No honorable mentions. So, like that, again, there was very little to choose from that I had seen. So, TMNT. Not the best of Ninja Turtles movies by far, but still enjoyable, right? 2008 is Kung Fu Panda. Still no honorable mentions. Probably the only one I saw, Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda is a good movie. I'm kind of just trying to speed it up. Some of these I don't have anything. 2009 is Turtles Forever, the anniversary special. In 2009? Why did they do this in 2009 instead of 2007? They did TMNT in 2009, I guess. But, yeah, and while I'm not too big of a fan of the special, it was one that stood out to me looking over what's on there. So, it's good. It's good. 2010 is Despicable Me. I don't own it, but I love that movie, you know. No, I said fault the gun, not dart the gun, not the, okay. And just the whole freeze ray, the whole thing. Great. 2011 is another one that was just picked because I'd seen it before, but I don't remember anything about it. Green Lantern Emerald Knights, a DC film, whatever. I don't remember anything about it, but it's the only one I remember seeing, so I had to pick it. So we're in 2000. I forgot 2010 had an honorable mention. Toy Story 3. Honorable mention in 2010. I like Despicable Me more. So. Okay, so now we're in 2012. Nothing in 2012 for honorable mentions. 2012 is Wreck-It Ralph. Great movie. Just reviewed it for December, and I enjoy it thoroughly. It's a great story. The whole bug thing is kind of weird, but, you know, why not? Where are we at now? 2013, honorable mention, Despicable Me 2, which I think should have won the Best Animated Oscar and Best Animated Favorite Animated Film Kids' Choice Awards over Frozen, which, in my opinion, sucks. But anyway, it's a great movie. My pick, though, is 2013, right? Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, which was completely recapped in part 1 of Dragon Ball Super. But it's a great movie, great fight. You get a new Super Saiyan God mode, which changes after this, but it's fun. It's cool. 2014 is Big Hero 6, which I also just reviewed for December. Great film, great animation. The twist, you could see it coming, but it's a fun film. All right. 2013, runner-up, Despicable... What? 2015, shut up, me. 2015, Inside Out. Runner-up, Inside Out. Okay? Great movie. I've only seen it once, though, so I can't really judge it. But my pick is Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, which is the second part of, which is recapped as the second part in Dragon Ball Super, which is on part 2 Blu-ray. But there it is. It's also really good. Haven't seen it in a while, but it's really good. 2016, my last honorable mention is Moana. It's a good movie and everything, but... Oh, I put Inside Out over here. I didn't mean to. But my pick is Zootopia. I think it's the better film. It's great. I went to the theater with my son to see it. It has some dark overtones. It's really good. Some dark stuff in it. It's really good. All right, no more honorable mentions now. So 2017 is Remember Me. Although I have to say goodbye, remember me. It's Coco. Yes. Great animated film that my son wanted to watch one time. I was like, okay. And I really loved it. So I bought this shortly afterwards. 2018 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Upcoming sequel coming. There's a sequel coming up this year. I've already reviewed this. I should revisit it, though. Because it was like the first year of YouTube I did this. But great animated film. 2019, Toy Story 4. There we go, another Toy Story. I thought this was great. I do think that Toy Story 3 is better subjectively, but there's really not much I can do with this. There wasn't much to choose from, so there it is. These later years, there wasn't much to choose from when it came to, because I kind of, I didn't watch a lot. But 2020 is a Scoob, which a lot of people don't like, but I thought it was fine. Yes, it changed the origin stories, but I thought it was fine for what it was. I wish we would have got a sequel or that prequel they were gonna make for HBO Max. But, people. And 2021 is Luca. Silenzio Bruno. And for 2022, excuse me, I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere for it. There's two animated films that I had seen from last year. And I wasn't going to pick Lightyear. Nope. So my pick, because it's more entertaining, for 2022 is I'm Alive! I'm a boy and I'm alive! That's right. Pinocchio, A True Story. So sue me. It was more entertaining, I thought. So there it is. My pick for favorite animated film each year I've been alive. Thank you for watching. What are your thoughts on these? Let me comment, wish you like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.